Hey guys, so getting into today's post, this is for Monday, October 12th. This should be available to you in the morning along with the attendance question. You will need to watch this video to get the attendance question and the answer and write that answer in the attendance question for today. That's going to be worth 5 points, and those are going to add up over the rest of this quarter, which is now a brand new one. So we are now in quarter number 2. Grades are going to be updated today, and there's going to be 3 new grades that are put in. One is related to the ancient Greece work you did, ancient Rome, and then the printing press. And then this one right here that I'm giving you today, that'll go in down the road. This won't be due until October 15th at midnight. So before I get into today's learning goal and the essay that you're going to write, let me just remind you that I'm making the posts available to you first thing this morning, which is different from what I did for quarter one. My reasoning behind it was mainly for those of you who were in person learning. I don't want you working on my class when you should be focusing on other classes. So just please uphold that and show me that integrity. Those of you who are online, you have a lot more flexibility now, and so I wanted to work with those of you who are online. Please keep in mind, though, that other classes, meaning if you are supposed to be in first period and you're not scheduled with me until third period, you need to make sure that you prioritize your first period class rather than my class. So just continue to work on finding your balance and continue to work on your accountability. The feedback that I have on your assignments on ancient Greece, ancient Rome, and the printing press, quotes that you chose were good. The explanations were where we still came up short, and then the analytical connections to pest. That was the area that I saw some of you making a good attempt on it, but we weren't being as complete as we could be, as thorough in our detailed explanations. There were a few of you who did an excellent job, and you connected one quote, explained it well, and then you connected it to a couple of different pest accomplishments. So you connected something that was political, and you also made a technological connection as well. You took the quote, you explained it well, and then you thoroughly analyzed how it was both of those accomplishments, not just one. So when you are writing your essay, please above all else, remember to explain and give me as much detail as you feel necessary. You don't want your reader or your evaluator to try to have to infer what's going on in your head. You want to spell it out for them so that it's easy for them to follow, because it gives you, the author and the historian, it gives you that credit and that confidence as an author as well as a historian, which is essentially what you're doing in this class. Going into today's learning goal, wrapping up our Unit 1 Legacies of Civilizations by investigating and evaluating the political, economic, social, and technological accomplishments of ancient civilizations. What I had told you last week and what I will remind you: ancient Egypt, water, pest, those are the 3 main things of how they're all together. We'll even take it a little bit further. We have looked at ancient Mesopotamia, ancient Rome, ancient Greece, and a little bit of ancient China. Your best friend for this wrap-up assignment will probably be ancient Mesopotamia, but you will maybe even be able to make connections to the Greeks and to the Romans. The printing press, that'll be a little bit more difficult with ancient China. So again, you make the connection by explaining how it connects through details. That's on you. While you guys are doing the learning goal, you will do your final product on this assignment right here, which has been attached to your name. And here is your prompt. Here is the prompt broken down. Most of you are going to successfully do this part right here. Some of you will be able to take it a step further and connect the modern impacts to today's world. So think about the things of ancient civilizations that have had a huge impact on today. Maybe those ancient civilizations weren't as advanced, but a lot of their actions inspired us towards the successes that we are having right now. and also some of the failures as well. There were also a few of you who looked at those accomplishments and you actually looked at them as failures, and you made a really good explanation as to why. So again, you as a historian were detailed enough where you were able to put out something convincing for your reader to follow. That's the idea here. This rubric that you will be evaluated on is an IB rubric. So this is kind of the breakdown here. And then also, after you have successfully written your essay, I would like you to highlight where you think you are on the IB rubric. You will write your essay in this box right here where my cursor is. Before you get too wrapped up in answering this prompt, you may jot down a few ideas here, but I would like you to pay attention to this part right here, and then also the tools, mainly these slides. Slides 55 through 69 have 5 different DBQ, which includes the answers to the questions. And since you only are with me today on Monday, and this isn't due until Thursday at midnight, you have 3 days on your own to make sense of this. That's more than enough time. You will have that time in Monday when you are scheduled to meet with me. My Google Meet will be open. But you are ultimately going to have to take these different resources that I've provided you with, and you're going to have to make sense and use these as your evidence towards writing your essay, which successfully answers that prompt. So guys, think about everything we've done so far, and then also the evidence that I've provided you with, and then think about what kind of feedback I've been giving you. And with that, the answer, or the question that I was asking for the attendance question, is what colleges did Mr. Giroux and his 2 siblings attend? Mr. Giroux and his older brother attended Colorado State University, and his sister, who's older than both, attended CU. So we have 2 Rams in the family, and we have 1 Buffalo. So your answer should be Mr. G and his brother attended CSU, and his sister attended CU. Something like that. If you were to say Mr. G and his brother were Rams and his sister was a Buffalo, that's fine. Keep it respectful though. Those are the 2 possible answers. And again, that's for 5 points, and those are going to accumulate over quarter 2, and those are going to be put into the gradebook. So your answering of these questions correctly is very important because there will be points added to your name. If you have any questions, my Google Meet is open as per usual. Good luck.